Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today we are doing an emergency payday prep, but it's not for me. I'm going to explain everything that's going on with that here in a minute, but I thought that before we started this video, I would show you the mess that I have in my backyard with all of the solar panels that I've got up. I'm trying to get all of the energy from the sun that I possibly can to run as many things as I can, just to see how the process goes and to see how easy or difficult it is to pretty much run your house off grid if you have the availability of the sun. So let me show you. So yesterday I went ahead and placed a Mega 3 under my house and hooked it up to the water heater that supplies hot water to our new kitchen. And that's the only thing that I've got hooked up to it, with the exception of a light that I use whenever I come in and out from under this space. And you can see that right here I have 6 solar panels altogether. They are hooked up in series, which provides roughly 120 or so volts, which is about 30 or so volts less than what the OUPES Mega 3 would take. I placed this OUPES Mega 3 here about 18 hours ago or so, and it was at 100%. And we can see that now it's down to 61%. But I think that if we have a good solar day today, that it'll be 100% before the end of the day. Now, being that it's not even 10 o'clock in the morning and the sun isn't really positioned at its optimum place in the sky, this is not very bad. We're getting 260 or so watts of energy coming in from those 6 solar panels. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that Mega 3 can handle a water heater. However, it's one of the small 4-gallon hot water heater that only takes about 1,500 watts of energy to run continuous. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, that in an 18-hour or so period, it took almost half the capacity of the Mega 3, which is 3,072 watt hours, to run that hot water heater, which in my opinion, it's not a bad deal as long as the sun can continue to supply the energy. Let me show you what's going on with the chickens before I show you the big array that I've got set up that puts power into my house appliances. Now, ladies and gentlemen, my wife and I put up this little extra addition to the chicken run because we wanted to go ahead and supply some room for the new chicks to play around without being commingled with the other chickens, because they were trying to hurt them when they were still in the coop. And that's why I decided to take them out of there. And unfortunately, let me go in here for a second. One of my chicks got out of the coop. What they did is they went ahead and got through this fencing. I didn't think that they would fit through this fencing, so I didn't put any of this wiring up. But one of them got through this fencing, got out from the other side, and my wife and I think, we can't confirm, but we think that dog got to her and she dispatched of her, unfortunately. And we're only down to one right here. Who is doing very well. The other chick was doing really well also, except that it got out and it met its demise. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it seems to me, I don't know much about chickens, but it seems to me that Poppy and Big Red have their favorite hens to pick on. And I really don't like that, because it looks like they're picking on them in the wrong way. And Big Red over here, he is already gifted. I've got someone to come and pick him up today, if not next week. But once he leaves, I'm going to see how Poppy treats the hens on his own. And then if he mistreats them, he's going to have his own separate little condominium out here where I keep him away from the hens. Because I don't want my ladies to suffer in any way whatsoever. They're doing a great job at giving us eggs. So why would I want them to suffer? Anyways, we'll see what happens with that. We don't even know what's going to happen when the small chick gets big enough. What's going to happen when we put her in with the other hens. So anyone in Fairbanks that's getting rid of any egg-laying chickens, let me know. I'll be more than happy to grab them from you. Because unfortunately, this winter, or since we've gotten our chickens, we've lost 3 chickens so far, not to include that chick that met its demise at Dog's Mouth. So as you can see, when we started our day with the Mega 5 and battery inside the house, we had roughly about 70% capacity in both units combined. And throughout the day here, more than likely it'll hit 100% before the end of the night. But this here is part of the solar array that I've got set up for the Mega 5 inside the house, which, by the way, powers both of our freezers, our refrigerator, and in days like this where we have pretty good sun coming, it's also going going to power our hot water heater that we use for our main part of the house for when we do laundry, etc. This right here is just 3 solar panels that are 200 watts a piece. And although you can't see the other 5 solar panels, there's 5 solar panels on top of the chicken coop that are also 200 watts a piece for a total of 1,600 watts of input power at maximum capacity. Now, we've had some days where it hit 1,500 and change, close to 600 watts. However, that's only when we have optimum sun, ladies and gentlemen. If you can get close to 100% efficiency from your solar panels when you have optimum sun, that means that you have really good solar panels. Now, let me show you the ones that I'm using in order to go ahead and power my bunker. We have one solar panel right here. This is one of the OUPES 240 watt solar panels. And we also have one at the very edge of the top of the chicken coop. And we decided to go ahead and mount 2 other OUPES solar panels on this shed so that we can receive the full 960 watts, hopefully during optimum sunlight, in order to power our bunker. However, ladies and gentlemen, 960 watts is an awful lot. It's kind of like overkill because my bunker doesn't take that much energy in the summertime because I don't have a heater running. So usually towards the end of the night, my solar generator that I've got hooked up to the bunker is always at 100%. These are mostly experiments this year that I can put in place full time in the case that we ever lost grid power. I believe it's a good thing for you to do these kind of experiments on your own as well. Not only to gain experience yourself on how to use the system, but it actually saves a little bit of money. So far, we're only expending about half of the energy that we normally do this time of year just because we have all of these solar panels feeding into solar generators that are inside our house, under our house, and in the bunker. I'm going to talk to you while I'm driving to Costco, and I'm going to explain to you why this is an emergency payday prep. And like I previously stated, this is not a payday prep for my family or myself. This is a payday prep for our community. And let me tell you why I named it an emergency payday prep. Because I received a call from RCPC. And RCPC, for those of you that don't know, and I'm sorry that I'm not looking at the camera when I'm driving, but I'm driving. So they gave me a call, and RCPC stands for Resource Center for Parents and Children. And what I'll do is when we get there, I'll see if Wendy, who is visiting and is going to be accepting our donation on behalf of RCPC, will give us a quick explanation as to what RCPC does. Those of you that are AP OGs will be able to know already what they do, but for those of you that maybe are new here, it's one of the charities that we really like to give to because they take care of people within our own community that really need help, and I know this for a fact. Isn't it a beautiful day, ladies and gentlemen? Look at the trees. We've had a few days of light rain, not heavy rain, but the trees are all getting nice and green, and this is, I have to say, probably one of the most beautiful parts of the year in Alaska, at least here where I live. So anyways, RCPC gave me a call, or they texted me and then I gave them a call back. And they were like, hey, Rudy, every year we have a fundraising event. It's like a 10K walk or run where we raise a lot of funds for the RCPC. That really helps us out through the year. But usually we have it sponsored by someone that donates hot dogs, hamburgers, things like that for about 500 people. And I was telling myself, and I talked to my wife about it, and I was like, man, I'm not sure if we can afford to get hot dogs and hamburgers and stuff like that for 500 people. That's a lot, especially because towards the end of this month, we are going to be doing the bone builder bags for the food bank. We always do 100 bone builder bags for the food bank towards the end of May, early June. And the reason for that is, getting off topic for a little bit, is because when school is out at the end of May, at least here in Fairbanks, a lot of the children that go to school, believe it or not, they depend on the 1 or 2 meals that they receive in school in order to be able to get by through the day as far as their caloric needs are involved. And I really apologize if there was a lot of wind air. It's a beautiful day outside, as you can see, and I was driving with my window open. So I hope that I don't have to over voice this part. Anyways, I told my wife, I was like, well, it's almost time for us to do the bone builder bags, and that's going to take a pretty good chunk out of our budget. I'm not sure how much we can contribute to this event that RCPC has going on. So what did AP do? I did what I do best, ladies and gentlemen. I got on the phone and I called Genesis Gold Group. By the way, Genesis Gold Group is sponsoring this video exactly for the reason why I'm telling you. I call up Genesis Gold Group and I talk to his CEO/owner, and I'm like, hey John, can you donate some money to go towards this? And I told him about RCPC, and he said, well, about how much do you need? And I said, I wanted to be really conservative and I wanted to be respectful, because Genesis Gold Group has always been very generous to our community as far as giveaways and giving money for charity. Like last year, they gave $2,000 towards our turkey fund, which was awesome. So I'm not going to say exactly how much I told him, but I said, I need this amount. And he said, well, what about if I give you this? And he upped it by 50%. And the reason I'm not saying how much, ladies and gentlemen, is because there's always someone out there on the internet, all right? So you know what I mean. So he upped it by 50%. So now I know for a fact that we should have exactly what we need, if not more than what we need, which can go towards the bone builder bags for the food bank later on, to go ahead and supply the RCPC with hopefully the hot dogs and the hamburgers that they need for that charity event. And that is what we're going to do. We're going to go to Costco. We're going to go ahead and go shopping for RCPC. While we're there, I'll walk up and down the aisles to see if anything stands out at me and say, oh my goodness, look, the olive oil is now $175 for 2 3-liter bottles. So let's enjoy the ride the rest of the way there so you can see how beautiful it is here. My wife told me you shouldn't be showing too many of those really pretty scenes on YouTube, and I'm like, why? She said, because then everyone is going to want to move to Alaska, so do more winter videos than summer videos. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you all know that the times that we live in, especially when it comes to world finances and the world economy, is not what it used to be. And many people can see that some event is going to happen where your standard of living is going to go down. And usually when your standard of living goes down, it's not because of anything that you did. It's because the government continues to print out of thin air, devaluing your dollars and your labor more and more. Well, how can you protect yourself? Well, listen, I'm not a financial advisor. You all know that. But there are many places that you can go to see if you can preserve your excess wealth with precious metals. And Genesis Gold Group does that. You can give them a call and they can go ahead and have a free consultation with you where you can tell them what position in life you're in, and they can help you decide what is best for you to do instead of you doing it in the blind. Now, I'm not saying that Genesis Gold Group is the one all be all. We are all in different parts of our life. But if you are in that part of your life where you have excess wealth that you want to protect, go ahead and give Genesis Gold Group a call, again, for a free consultation. It can't hurt, and see if they can help you. Now, there is plenty of competition out there, and I would urge you to go ahead and compare Genesis Gold Group to other providers of precious metals and services that they themselves provide. Why, ladies and gentlemen? Because competition is the best thing for the consumer, because it gives you the best product at the best price. And we are at Costco, ladies and gentlemen, and this is a great time of the day to come right after they open, because it is not busy whatsoever. I've never seen these here before, and I know we're here to shop for the RCPC, but if I see something interesting, I'll stop and show it to you all. And it's not a bad price, $149. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you all know that I love nutrient survival, but Mountain House has stood the test of time. $39.99 for a pack of 8. That comes out to $5 a pack, which is a great deal. This is a Generac, which is a very nice generator. Look at this, 9,200 running watts for $849 on sale right now. It's actually a better deal than your Furman. This is the one that I have right here, and it's $899 regular price, and it's only 7,500 running watts. So if you're looking for a gas generator right now, this is a great deal, with the exception that this one is a tri-fuel. It will use gasoline, giving you 7,500, LP, and natural gas. And ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the things that I love about Costco, is that they're always coming up with new stuff or introducing new things. Like, you know, I'm going to get this. Why? These are little straps that you can organize all your stuff with. Now, whether I do it or not, I don't know. I think I will, but for 15 bucks and to get this many straps, let's give it a try and I'll let you know if they were worth it or not. And I would get one of these if I needed it, but I've got a few in reserves. And this is a 12 gauge wire extension cable that goes out to 50 feet. And it has a breaker, number one, and 4 AC plugs. Great deal for 40 bucks. Kind of pricey for a screwdriver, but it is a power screwdriver. I'll let you all know how this turns out. I prefer hybrid lights because they last forever. These are cheap lights, but still, these are 1,000 lumen lights. 13 bucks for 3 of them. There's plenty of meat. Look at this. This is a great price for ribeye. You know, that's like the best price I've seen in a long time. And sometimes when they tell you that something's only $2.29 a pound, it's really not $2.29 a pound when it's full of water. But I'm sure that everyone does that. Are you all ready for summer, ladies and gentlemen? Check this out. Mosquito and tick repellent. It's Murphy's All Natural. I'd rather just have a Thermacell. Waterproof two-way radios, Motorola, for 95 bucks. Never. And we are now hunting for some hot dogs. And let's see. All right. Well, we were looking for the big hot dogs, you know, like the quarter-pound hot dogs. And they only have these 2 varieties, the Kirkland and the Hebrews. And I know that the Kirklands are really tasty. They taste just like the ones that they sell at the food court. They're just the ones that are bun size. So we ended up getting 9 of these 3-packs because each 3-pack brings 36 hot dogs, which puts us at over 300 hot dogs. And they were looking for like 250 hot dogs and 250 hamburgers. So they're gonna end up getting well more than what they asked for. All right, so let's go ahead and hunt for some hamburgers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the kind of hunting that I like. Believe it or not, even though I'm in the preparedness realm, I don't want the world to come to an end. I'd rather come hunting here. And while we're here, we figure we come and take a look and see what the price of eggs are. They're not terrible compared to what they used to be. $7.59 for 2 dozen. I believe these are 2 dozen. Yeah, 2 dozen organic. $12 for 4 dozen regulars. $8.29 for the free-range organic eggs that we used to get before we got chickens. And $4.89 for 2 dozen of your regular white eggs, factory eggs is what I'm calling them. And your whole milk is $9.10 for 2 gallons. $13.79 for your 4 pounds of butter. And this butter, ladies and gentlemen, is delicious, by the way. $10.49 for 2 pounds. $5.89 for 3 pounds of sour cream. We probably go through one of these tubs about once every 2 to 3 weeks. $11.79 for a half gallon of heavy whipping cream, which is what we use for our coffee. And let's see, the half and half, $5.59. Let me go ahead and grab me one of these boxes of Alaskan crab. For those of you that think that Alaskan crab here is cheap just because we live in Alaska, $48, $49 a pound. No, I won't be grabbing these. So ladies and gentlemen, we found the hamburgers, and these are 1/3 pound ground beef patties for $25.49, and I think that we're gonna make it on this as far as being able to give them 250 or more of each. So ladies and gentlemen, we still have a little bit in the budget to get them some buns. So we're gonna go ahead and grab the hot dog buns. 11 packs equal 264 hot dogs, which should provide a home for all of the naked hot dogs we have. And ladies and gentlemen, what the heck? We might as well get the buns too. Don't record my fat belly, okay, wife? That's it, we are done. And I had to make a quick stop to see if our favorite oil was still the same price, and it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we got them everything that they had hoped to get and then some. So when I initially talked to Wendy, I said, are you asking for us to get you enough to feed 500 people? And she laughed and she said, no, just a small donation to go toward feeding, all of these people that participate in our charity event. And I'm like, okay. They were expecting that I would get them maybe a couple hundred hot dogs, and that's it. Well, we ended up getting them, let's see, 9 times 36 hot dogs. So that's 270, about 324 or so hot dogs with 10 packs. Oh, I think the hot dog buns come in packs of 36. So 360 hot dog buns, okay? A lot more than what I thought at first, even myself. And 240 hamburger buns. And we ended up getting them 14 packs of 18 as far as hamburger buns go, which comes out to about 250 or so, I do believe. So they ended up getting, in this trip, enough to feed everyone that they initially wanted to feed, and then some. And that's not counting whatever other donations they get towards this event from other people in the community. So thank you very much. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. And I know I'm babbling on, but that's okay. Let me tell you this. If it wasn't for people on YouTube watching my terrible videos that I put out with no production value, as some people may say, if it wasn't for you all watching, I probably wouldn't be doing this. And no, I know for a fact that I wouldn't be able to do this. So I thanked Genesis Gold Group a couple of times already on this video, and I'll probably thank them again before the end of this video, because they really did make this happen. But in all reality, without you watching my videos, interacting with my videos, being on my live streams, which really motivates me to continue to do videos, none of this I would be able to do. In all honesty, none of it I would be able to do. Only a fraction of it at the most. So thank you. Now, let me stop talking and let's head on over to RCPC. And right across from this, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, is the food bank. All right, let's go see if we can find Wendy or someone to help us unload all this stuff. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Wendy is back. Wendy, I've got an awesome story for you all if you want to hear it. All right, I want to get your authentic reaction. So, and I want to get this on camera so as you all know, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm not full of bull butter, because I already told them the story, right? So, Wendy, when you first contacted me, you were asking for what?
For food?
Like for how much?
Oh, for enough for 500 people.
For 500 people. And then when I contacted you, I said, you need me to provide for 500 people? What'd you say?
I said, as many as you can.
As many as I can. Well, I couldn't provide for 500 people. It was just not in our budget. And I explained to you that it's because this month, the food bank, we need to build their bone builder bags. Yeah. So what did Rudy do? He did what he does best. He said, excuse me, Genesis Gold Group. Genesis Gold Group, can you help me out? I need some funds so that we can feed kids or people that will support kids and families in need. And you know what they said? By the way, Genesis Gold Group is one of our partners that sponsors our shows every once in a while. Okay. And he said, well, Rudy, how much do you need? I said, whatever you want to give. Well, come and see what he gave. Or excuse me, come and see if what he gave was enough to get you guys what you needed. Come on, let's go out. Oh, and bring a big cart, by the way.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
You want to go ahead and introduce yourself if you don't mind.
Oh, hi, I'm Peggy.
Peggy?
You're going on YouTube.
And tell us real quick, for those that live in Fairbanks, tell us real quick, what goes on here and how can people help from the community?
The Resource Center for Parents and Children is a nonprofit, and we have several things that go on here. One is the Family Services Department, where the children who have been involved with OCS come here to visit their parents. There's also the
Stevie's Place.
Yes, Stevie's Place, where children who have been abused, and they get all of their interviews and forensics done here. Then we also have behavioral health, where anybody, anywhere, who has gone through a child advocacy center anywhere, can come and get free counseling here.
And ladies and gentlemen, tell me that this is not a worthwhile cause. So anyone that lives here in Fairbanks, by all means, come by, say hello, and ask them, hey, what can we help with? You don't have to bring them everything, but just whatever you can will help. So look at that, Wendy. What do you think?
It is full. We got buns.
We
hot
got,
dogs,
we can start taking these off. We got, all right, well, you're going to get out of here. Now, you can't take my tire changing stuff, right? But we got you 10 packs of 24 hamburgers. And we got 10 packs of 36 hot dog buns. We got 9 packs of 36 of the beef hot dogs. So that's plenty.
Perfect.
We got 14 packs of 18-count hamburgers, which comes out to more than 250. So you have enough here to feed more than 500 people.
We're gonna have barbecue.
All you guys need to get now is your ketchup and mustard
Yeah, ketchup
and relish and relish.
Thank you so much.
All right, let's unload this.
Oh my God.
My job is done here, and their job is just beginning. Wendy, do you have anything to say?
Thank you, Genesis Gold Group. This is incredible. This is gonna feed a lot of people. This is gonna make a lot of people happy. Barbecue. Summertime is here. Thank you.
And let me ask you real quick, all of the proceeds that you get from the event that this is going to sponsor, how long does it last?
Well, it's unrestricted funding, so stuff like this, it lasts, it'll 6 months, like a good half of
That
a year.
is so
Yeah,
awesome. And this is community driven, right?
It's all community driven.
It's all about community, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
All right. Bye, Wendy.
Bye, Rudy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy that everything turned out as well as it did. The next one is going to be the charity event for the food bank to do those bone builder bags. But don't let them know over there. This year, we'll try to make it a surprise so that Ms. Ann doesn't know that we're coming. Maybe she'll think that we forgot about it this year, all right? It's all about community, just like Ms. Zhang said during our collaboration or interview that we put up yesterday. If you haven't checked out that interview with Ms. Zhang, go check it out. It was great. God bless every one of you. God bless America. I'm Alaska Prepper. I'm out.